Hey, it's still Tribulation Day 73. And you know what? This morning I thought it was actually starting out to be kind of an okay day. But, you know, now I'm thinking maybe life isn't so good. You know, even though I'm still thinking positive. But, you know, it's about 5 o'clock out here in San Jose, California. Of course, in Washington, the circus continues. Nothing's being accomplished. But worse than that, you know, I've been through several of these video blogs. I've been talking about my confront program, you know, confronting people, confronting life. And I've also been talking about, like, my park right across the street. You know, I'm a dog owner and I walk my dogs over there, you know, once or twice a day. But the park, you know, lately has been just turning into a ghetto park with garbage all over the place and all sorts of creepy people in there and people starting fights. And you know, I got tangled up in a big old, like, you know, it was a bunch of teenagers basically, that, you know, about 50 to 100 of them. I wasn't counting them, but they were all there just fighting. But anyway, today, you know, I just went down to the park left at about 3:30. I usually spend about a half an hour to an hour at the park throwing the ball with my dogs, but there was the Channel 4, the NBC news truck, and I was like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, yeah, you know, the teenagers were fighting down here last night, and a 13-year-old kid got stabbed. And they were waiting for the mother of the kid that got stabbed to show up because they were going to talk to her. But, you know, I was kind of telling the reporter about how, you know, life in that park, I don't know why it seemed to be deteriorating, you know, with more violence and people who just don't seem to give a crap, that, you know, throw their garbage all over the place, dirty diapers, you know, and there's a garbage can right there, you know. It's not as though it's like, oh, there's no place to throw garbage. It's like there's a garbage can at every picnic table. And these teenagers and, you know, I'll just say other shady characters because it's not just teenagers, but, you know, going into that park to drink beer, break beer bottles, put graffiti all over the frickin' place, and, you know, party down. It's like, hey, it's a family park. Like, that's not the place you go to do those things, you know. And I even point them. I say, go over there. You know, there's a secret spot that you can go party at. But you know, it just seems like life is kind of deteriorating. Seems like the tribulation's kind of kicking in, man. You know, it's just us as a society. You know, once again, our values and, you know, the fact that we're all on edge and, you know, it's kind of a self-centered society, especially with teenagers, you know. In fact, when you're a teenager, you don't even have to think about why the heck you're causing trouble. But nowadays, they can mobilize a little quicker. So instead of just having a handful of teenagers fighting, you got like 100. I don't know. I was just kind of tripping on it, you know, because now I'm viewing my park as like a war zone. And my brother just the other day ended up confronting some people down there, you know, because it's kind of like it's a battle. Like, you either confront them or they take over. You know, what's it going to be? The way I view it, I'm an American. And, you know, I pay for that park, you know, for one. But, you know, there's laws and, you know, there's just acting right. Well, I'm going to leave it at that. Just something to chew on as the tribulation goes forward. As we all sit here watching our government as calamity is just around the corner. The tribulation continues. Peace out.